Well, morning guys. We've been staying at Green Hill Lake and we've decided to go for a bit of a ride, and we've come across something we think is a bit different, isn't it?
A bit cool, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I think it's called Yanni's house. And it says temporarily closed, but I think it's a bit more permanent than temporary.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a little look.
It's very cool though. It would have been nice if they'd actually kept it in good condition.
I did see a sign down there, Aradale ghost tours, so I think they might have had some ghost tours here, maybe.
I don't know, yeah, maybe this bit, but that's not the actual asylum, which we'll get to eventually.
Hopefully.
But this has been sectioned off to do with the Melbourne Polytechnic's training centre.
Well, we found a little opening in the fence that was quite good, so perhaps we can actually have a little look, a little bit closer. Gee, this would be creepy at night, I reckon. Oh, it's the golf course there, and we can actually see the back of the building. And those ornate chimneys. It looks like it's all fenced off from here. Certainly be good to have a look. Oh look, there's Robyn.
Sneaky.
Yes, there's a big hole in the fence just behind you. Alright, we better get on our bikes and go and check out some other cool stuff. Okay, we're riding around the asylum at the moment. A lot of old houses here. We don't know where we're going, we haven't been here before, but we spoke to one of the caretakers and he said, yeah, go for a ride around, that's no problem. So we're taking that opportunity. Well, we've made it to the asylum.
We might not get out.
What a great place for a couple of old people to stay, eh? Yes, we spoke to one of the caretakers down below and they said, oh, just follow this road, do this, do that,
yeah.
And guess what? Yeah. We're here.
It's pretty cool. This is up the back.
Okay, we're at the back of the asylum and you're seeing this for the first time with us because we have not been here. This is incredible.
Caged walkway up the top.
Yeah. The caretaker said one of the most impressive views is of the front of this building, which is here. And I guess that would be it. So this is where we could probably lock Robyn up for the night.
Thanks. Unit TC6.
Wow.
All the little rooms and...
Yeah, apparently this place had shops and all sorts of things. It was a real hive of activity.
Yeah, it was like a little village, he said, didn't he?
Yeah, village.
Like, I guess if, there were a lot of people here, obviously. There must have been a lot of lunatics back then.
That's probably very popular back then.
And then they had to have, the nurses, the doctors.
Yep.
Yeah.
And where all those bushes are, there used to be a fountain there apparently. That used to go continuously. But before we look there, we might just take a little wander around here. Who knows what we're going to meet around this corner. Wow. It's huge, this place.
The gardens are, you know, relatively looked after. The grass is mown. There are weeds and a bit of shrubbery that could be taken out, but it's kept okay down at this part.
Yeah, even an old little balcony.
Well, yeah.
Well, one could call it a balcony.
I think it's just a feature, isn't it?
Just a feature,
a
yeah.
deco feature.
I think this might have been the entrance to the nursing administration. Typical, found a loony. All right, now we did say there was a fountain at the as you come in, so they had a circular driveway. Just looking back, this is pretty darn cool. It looks like some old balustrading there.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little fence around, so these trees have obviously taken over, whereas it used to be that I would imagine, yeah, it would have just had the little fence around it.
Yep.
And you would just look out onto it.
And here we go. Yes, this used to be the fountain. Well, this is certainly a bit of Australian history that didn't think we ever knew about. We've been here to Green Hill Lake
before,
a few times, but this was never on our radar.
Newer. See the paving?
Yeah.
Pavers, but Peter was talking to the caretaker, and he said he used to work here.
Yeah.
As the asylum, at the asylum.
Yeah, when it was still in operation.
So he's not. Well, you reckon what? Not much older than us.
Yeah, be probably late 60s.
Like us.
Yeah, like us.
So yeah, if he worked here, I must check and see when it closed.
Yeah, we'll put that on the screen.
We
can
probably
find that.
will. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope our bikes haven't been stolen.
By some lunatic.
So this would have been the view as people came into Aradale. And again, there's the fountain. And what an imposing building. So I'm just walking along the circular driveway. We can get to the main gates. Looks like there's the administration centre. And another view. And back round the circular driveway. I don't think you wouldn't have gotten here by walking. I think the thanks guys. The bikes are certainly were worth bringing, and talking to some of the locals, you get to find out some more of the local knowledge. Yes, so this is the other side. Again, they got that caged area up the top. Be fantastic to be able to actually go through this building, which we are intending to do. Yes, Robyn did have a look at this wall. So if we go up here, oh, there's a gate. I wonder if it's possible to open. No, big padlock on that one. So there was this wall which looked pretty impressive, but what we found out, if you have a look over the wall, there's a big drop. So it's another method of keeping people contained. So you can see a bit more over on this side.
But nice and short. Alrighty everybody, we are now standing in a women's cell. This here in the first few years of operation would have been used as an isolation cell. So this would have been used for your violent or at-risk patients. You can actually imagine them being thrown in here, and if you were an at-risk patient, you would be completely stripped of all clothing. You would be given a suicide sheet and left as is. Which sounds nice enough until you imagine the Ararat weather. See, the window's just behind you there. If someone gives them a good tap for me, they are 1 inch thick and metal reinforced. They can be chocked half ahead for that summer breeze, but of course not enough to feel the difference. And in the winter time, we actually have a vent on the top of my head there, which allows warm air to seep through from the one fireplace that does heat this entire ward, which again sounds nice, doesn't it? Until we get really practical and realise that heat rises and doesn't come down. So you are butt naked in the middle of the harsh Ararat winter with a suicide sheet as your best friend.
What's a suicide sheet?
It's a hard Hessian sheet.
Nice.
Yes. And that is what is given to you, so you can't, of course, make a rope or a noose or hurt yourself or anybody else with it. We can also reverse that though, because I know how warm it's getting in here, but imagine being in the peak of summer and all you get is a crack of fresh air. Underneath me is designed with a foot of pugging, specifically to muffle the screams and cries of all the women that reside. However, on the right night, when the wind did blow in the right direction, depending on who you ask down in the town of Ararat, turns out you could actually hear the moans, pleads and cries that came all the way from 4 kilometres up the hill. Behind me, the doors are designed to take the bashing. And I mean, I don't know about you, but just try smacking the walls. I can't imagine that would be fun. We also have to remember that Aradale was regularly and heavily overcrowded. So towards the later years, when these cells became a safer space, it wasn't just one woman that would reside in here. Maybe 2, 3, if need be. If you were a patient that knew you were going to be in here for a very long time, you actually got the luxury of even having curtains and towel racks put in. When the asylum closed in the 1990s and these longer residents had to go home, you actually had some of them being pried off the door frame because this was home. Ready? Alright. Bang on the door when you're done, okay? No worries. Oh. Now, I actually need someone who's feeling slightly braver though, Who is able to let me let them in there? Yes. Been hiding in my corner. Yes, absolutely. Alright, when she comes out, you can go in. While she's in there though, just so you all know, a bit of a fun fact about us and our machine-like traits. We were quite an efficient machine for its time. You see these 4 fridges here were regularly full because on average, the death rate here was 3 to 5 a week. Yes. Also, you think this is bad? Our original morgue was described to be a pigsty. Done now? Yeah. Okay. All right, good job. Pop out for me.
Well, good morning guys. We are in prison. Well, kind of prison.
At the prison.
We're going to have a look at the old jail here. It's supposed to be J Division or J Ward.
The J Ward.
Yep.
For the criminally insane, apparently.
So we'll go and take a little walk, shall we? Wow. Well, we're jumping ahead a little bit, so I think I should go back to the rest of the group. Wow, this is incredible. Looks like a little chapel. Well, better head back to the rest of the group now. Okay, we're going to head into the kitchen. This area was all dug out by hand and they used to get the water from this pump. So, there's where they used to do all the cooking and the bread oven. And if we can sneak down here a little bit, we might actually get a little look inside. So, Robyn, what have you found?
I'm making chips. See, cuts of potatoes.
So that's how they used to cut the chips in the old days. And what else have we got? We've got flour. Oh, here's something interesting. Nice old chopping block. There's some big dishes and oh, that used to be the tools to bring the bread in and out.
The storage rooms here.
Yeah, Robyn will lead the way. Yep.
Showing you what sort of was in
That's
here.
the storage rooms.
It's quite cool and fresh here.
Yeah.
No refrigeration. But
No, none at all. And we've got another little room here that looks pretty cool. This would have been another storage area for food. But there's one thing I'd like to show you. There's a bath just around the side there that all the prisoners used, and they had to use them one by one.
before.
Yeah. So the bath is just round the corner. Oh, sorry about the noise. And so all the prisoners had to take it in turns having a bath in that. Pretty incredible. Well, good morning, guys. We have now we're going to take you on a real adventure this time. We're here at Murtoa, and those of you that know it would know something about the stick shed.
Yep.
So we're going to go and have a bit of a squiz at that.
At the moment, we know not much at all. Other that's a wheat storage facility.
Here we go. The Murtoa Stick Shed.
Apparently, the building itself is over 4 acres. The building itself, so you might be able to see part of it down there. It goes all the way down there. It's a big square, I think.
Huge. So this is the inside of the Murtoa wheat shed.
really hard to see the height, but
Yeah, the height's pretty cool.
all these, what was it? Mountain ash.
Yeah, mountain ash, mainly from
Around Victoria here.
yeah, from Victoria up in
Dandenong's,
the Dandenong Ranges.
and where else
yeah.
did he say? She say? Anyway, yeah. Let's go.
So we'll take a little wander over this side. It is incredible, absolutely huge.
This was full of wheat because there was a glut of wheat in the good season, and with the First World War or second?
Yeah, after the First World War there was
the trade with Britain and Europe had died off. We might find out soon why so much, but so we had too much wheat, and they had to store it somewhere, so they built this, and it took them 6 months from start to finish.
This is truly incredible. You've really got to come down and have a look at this.
We'll find out how many logs, branches, poles that they used.
So they're also holding an art exhibition here,
Look at that in a
which
minute.
we can have a look at in a minute. But they've got these, like steel rods, I suppose, help support the whole structure.
Oh, they're not tight. They're not tight, are they?
No. This is the rear of the shed, and they've got this hopper. Yeah, it was a huge hopper that fed the grain in. So cost-wise, costs you about $10 to come in, $9 for a concession. But look, I think $10 is pretty much worth it. This is just incredible. That hopper loader, that would have gone across up to the top, right up the top there, then right up the top, and then started loading from the centre down, forming like almost a pyramid of wheat. We've got something else over here that I want to have a little look at. Oh, it just might be an old scissor lift that they use to fix things up when they need to. And here's our conveyor belt. It certainly goes a long way. Well, we're here at Murtoa having a look. We've just been to the shed, the stick shed. That was brilliant. And we're just checking out a few of the other little sites that we've got. There's the water tower. Apparently there's a museum in there. Well worth a look. This train station is pretty quaint as well. Now the next thing we're going to see if we can get a look at is the mural over on the other side. So we're going to cross the train line and check that one out. Well, we're just checking out the silo art. This one's a little bit different to most, as the painting is on the actual back of the silo facing the railway. We thought it was actually at the front, but it wasn't. But really there's some beautiful, beautiful photos or birds on that mural. Don't know how those guys do it, but by gee, they do a good job. So yes, we're right on the railway line. So Murtoa, a good place to come and just check it out. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of
Van Talk.
This is where we sort of discuss a little bit about what happened behind the scenes and what we did. Now, we have been to Ararat a few times, but unfortunately the Lunatic Asylum, and that is what it's called, we're not making that up, the Lunatic Asylum was never on our radar, and it was only just through talking to some locals that we actually found out a little bit more about it, hence our visit there. So what do you think of it?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. I think I sort of, when we were staying at Green Hill Lake, the asylum's only just a very short distance away. So I saw it on our, when I was looking at things to do, and thought we could ride the bikes there and just have a little look around. And we weren't necessarily going to go to the tour, but
no.
After having a look around and talking to a few people, it was like, let's do it.
It was a thing that was on like our bucket list, and it wasn't all that expensive, was it? I think
No,
it was what, $17 was it?
No,
it
it was
more than
30
that.
something, I think.
Oh look, we'll put it down. We'll put that
Should've
down in the comments below. But yeah, it was a really good little thing to do, and it was even better to have a look at the place during the daytime.
Oh yeah, it was great to be able to ride around and see the outbuildings and the where they lived, and some of the houses even looked like they were lived in, but they're not. Apparently, they're all vacant. But it was a huge place, and it was really amazing. And
yeah, I really don't know how long that place is going to be around for, because the trouble is they don't have the money to repair it or maintain it, so
way too
therefore
expensive,
they won't have a lot of tours going through it or anything of that nature.
Yeah, and even when we went on the tour, there was a few places that
We're kind of out of
she
bounds.
said, she said, look, that the water tower would have been good. You get a really good view there, but it's starting to deteriorate and it's too dangerous. And as I said, they keep some of the rooms up to some sort of up to scratch. But it's a shame, because it was a magnificent place, and it just sort of going to rack and ruin.
Yeah, so it basically housed most of our mentally or so-called mentally ill patients, but
There was
you've got to wonder how some of those people actually got in there.
Yeah, some of the reasons of getting in were just pathetic. You had a bit of depression, or you had PTSD from the war, or your husband wanted to get rid of you because he had found somebody else. So
guys,
he committed.
You only needed 2 signatures to get her in there. But how many to get out?
5 or 6 or something.
Yeah, 5 or 6 signatures to get them out.
To get out. But it was good. But actually, just saying too, with where we first went to Yanni's house there, down at that old house that we first saw that Peter went around, and you saw the sign for the ghost tours, that gate there is actually unlocked at night when you go for the tour. So that is the front entrance where all the people that would have gone to the asylum went up that driveway, all the way up to the front, and up around the circular driveway. It was a bit of a hike, so they would have had to trudge along, or maybe horse-drawn carriage in the early days.
Yeah. Certainly has changed, but the other one that we enjoyed too was the prison.
Yeah.
That was it J Block?
J Ward.
J Ward, yeah, that was terrific.
Which is attached to the asylum. It's part of the under that rule or whatever, and they were the criminally insane, like they were the baddies.
And we were lucky enough to guide ourselves around.
Yes, a little bit. Yes. After
we got talking to some of the people there, and they allowed us to do some filming towards the back, because otherwise there would have been so many people in our footage, it'd just look ridiculous.
And also people might not like to be in the footage. So
exactly correct. Not everybody wants to be on YouTube.
That's it. And because the tour guide, he saw that Peter had was trying to film quietly, and he sort of said afterwards, "Oh, you can come back, especially the kitchen area.
Yeah.
You can come back and take some filming of it."
Yeah. Now, while we're actually talking to the chap down there, he also mentioned the Murtoa Stick Shed, and that was the last one we went to. And honestly, that's another part of Australian history that we really knew nothing about, and it is well worth a look. So, if you're in Murtoa, have a look at the stick shed, definitely, and also they've got the that mural,
the silo,
on the silo.
Yep.
That mural has only been just completed as this video goes to air, and it's not actually on the silo trail. So if you are doing the silo trail, try and sneak that one into that as well.
Because they're often obviously paintings are being done that added to all consistently or along the way, and Murtoa was only around about an hour's drive or less from Greenhill Lake where we were staying.
So Greenhill Lake, check out Murtoa, check out the jail, check out the Lunatic Asylum, and honestly you'll have so much fun up there. And as I said, it was one place that we've been to a few times. Most of these things were not on our radar, but thankfully with a little bit of Googling we actually managed to find a lot of that. So we better start closing this one off, and as we say most of our videos, if you're enjoying what we're doing, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and you can also share our videos as well. And don't forget to leave a comment. We always like to sort of hear from people that are actually watching, and if you're enjoying what we're doing, let us know so that we can sort of at least keep creating something that you're enjoying. So,
or not. Even if you're not enjoying.
Now that's a point.
Let us know too.
That's a point, yeah. So from Robyn
hi.
and Peter,
bye.
Oz Travelog, thank you again for watching, and we'll look forward to our next adventure together. So don't forget guys, stay safe out there and be kind to each other. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.